Greetings, everybody, and welcome. We're going to be playing a horrendous pile that I've brewed up. And it's another take on Oops All spells in Modern. So what we're going to do here, quick explanation of the strategy. The idea is we need to get to 5 mana, and 2 of that mana needs to be black mana. And the goal is to cast either Undercity Informer, and then sack him to his own ability, or cast Balustrade Spy and target ourselves. When we do, we will flip our entire deck into the grave. Then, as long as we are holding at least 1 Unearth or 1 Claim, we can unearth Thassa's Oracle and win the game. The rest of the deck is about generating mana without lands or getting the combo as consistently as possible. So, we have things like Lotus Bloom and Mox Tantalite as landless ways to produce mana with the cost of time. Same with Aether Vial. Aether Vial lets us go down to 1 mana to activate the combo, or 2 with Undercity Informer. We have some free cantrips in the form of Street Wraith and Manamorphose, and some card filtering in the form of some mana filtering in the form of Wild Cantor. We have Serum Powder to make our mulligans a little more efficient, the obligatory Simian Spirit Guide and Chancellor, and finally, Merchant of the Veil. If we need to discard something, it's also the cheapest red cantrip that I could find that allows us to get stuff into the grave. Out of the sideboard, we have a Leyline of Sanctity to protect ourselves against discard. We have Chancellor of the Annex to slow our opponents down and make it harder to interact with us. We have Sickening Shoal as a free kill spell. This might be better off as a Lightning Axe, I'm not sure yet. Chancellor of the Dross to help a little bit with Burn, to give us a little extra life, and also potentially a discard to Sickening Shoal and Leyline of the Void versus really fast, aggressive Dredge. And a Singleton Pact of Negation that I haven't yet mentioned, just as a potential combo protection. The only other card I haven't mentioned yet, to my knowledge, is Memory's Journey, and that's if we combo and something happens, we can put a couple cards back into our deck if we have a green mana out of the grave. That way we don't die to drawing with no cards in library. So yeah, let's take this into some 2-mans and see what happens. You know, besides us losing. We'd like to play first, yes. Okay, let's see. We have Thassa's Oracle in hand, which means we have to dump it prior to doing anything. We can save our Chancellor mana and dump it into Wild Cantor. We have a Mox Tantalite that we can suspend. But we're really not doing anything, and Thassa's Oracle needs to be in the grave. It's our only Thassa's Oracle, which means we can't Serum Powder, which means we have to mulligan. Okay. Now, we have the combo except for one of our 8 reanimation spells, and we do have a free cantrip, so I think I'm going to save this hand. And we're going to put back Wild Cantor, I believe, and then double suspend. That'll be our turn 1. I don't think this deck is very good. If I win a single game, I will be absolutely thrilled. Okay, we're going to put back Wild Cantor. We're going to go to main phase, suspend Lotus Bloom, suspend Mox Tantalite, pass the turn. Okay. Let's see what deck our opponent's on. Scalding Tarn, dot deck. That seems like bad news for us. Okay, yield to the suspend triggers. We draw another Mox Tantalite, we will suspend it. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Scalding Tarn, gets a snow-covered island, and opts. Sure. Opponent going to shock a Hallowed Fountain and play Deafening Silence. Well, on the combo turn, we'll only need to cast 1 non-creature spell. We draw another Undercity Informer. Opponent's going to play a Sacred Foundry and pass the turn. Shoot. I think I ordered these wrong. Yeah, we needed a Lotus Bloom to come off suspend. That's my bad. Stacking the triggers improperly. This lets us cast and resolve a Mox Tantalite, but we can no longer cast Lotus Bloom. Okay, opponent has Remand. They put it back in our hand. Lotus Bloom, due to Deafening Silence, we cannot cast. And we draw Unearth. Okay. We cannot resuspend Mox Tantalite, as suspend is a replacement for a cast, and so you cannot suspend if you cannot cast. Good to know. Opponent plays a Fevered Visions, which I think actually helps us. Okay. Mox Tantalite coming off suspend. We draw a Serum Powder. So we are going to pass the turn because we can't do anything else. We draw an extra card. And we're going to discard Undercity Informer and Serum Powder. Undercity Informer gives the option of Unearth Undercity Informer. Opponent plays a second Fevered Visions, sure. Draws some extra cards. We draw. Opponent's gonna silence us. Yeah, that's actually fine. We draw a Wild Cantor. An Aether Vial and a Simian Spirit Guide, okay? So we're gonna discard Manamorphose and Wild Cantor and Mox. Okay, opponent fetches up Mystic Sanctuary, puts Silence back on top of their deck. They're going to draw their Silence, discarding Porphyry Nodes. They silence us again, that's fine. Okay, we draw Simian Spirit Guide, which is really good. We draw Memory's Journey and Lotus Bloom. So we're going to pass the turn discarding Lotus Bloom and Memory's Journey. And I think Aether Vial, actually. We do need one more black mana, which means we need a Manamorphose or a Wild Cantor, which may have been a mistake to discard Wild Cantor earlier. Okay, opponent opts. The problem is, since we can only cast one non-creature spell, in all likelihood... Yeah. We are not going to be able to get around to all of the counter spells our opponent could possibly have. It's fine. They probably have another silence, and that's why they're not fetching. Blink of an eye. Kicked. We can't pact that, unfortunately. Okay. We draw a Thassa's Oracle. At least that's a way to... we have a way to discard it. Unfortunately, I think we're just dead. Yeah. Okay. We'll go to game 2. So versus our opponent's deck, I think we want Chancellors and Ley Lines. So we need to cut 7 cards. We're going to cut 3 Merchants of the Veil. We're going to cut... ooh, what do we want to do here? It's very, very tricky sideboarding with this deck. I'm going to cut 2 Street Wraiths, a Claim to Fame, and another Street Wraith, actually. Try it like this. I would love to play first. This has all of the combo pieces. We'll keep. Suspend Lotus Bloom. Pass the turn. Opponent shocks in a Hollow Fountain, plays Deafening Silence. Okay, Lotus Bloom coming off Suspend. Suspend Mox Tantalite. Oh shoot, actually, that may have been a mistake. Okay, no, they have different numbers of counters, that's fine. Opponent cracks Flooded Strand, fetches up a Steam Vents. Rest in Peace. That's going to make it kind of hard to win. Sure. We get another Balustrade Spy. Opponent puts Engineered Explosives on 0. Sure. Cast Lotus Bloom. Move to draw. Get a Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. So we crack for black. Play... actually, I think we Balustrade Spy. We could target ourselves and flip our entire deck into the grave. The problem is, it doesn't do anything because we can't unearth any longer. So we're going to target our opponent. Okay. We mill some cards. And we'll play a Wild Cantor, because why not? Opponent flashes in a Dictate of Krufix. We're already on the ultra terrible Plan B mill strategy. Opponent makes us pick up Balustrade Spy, sure. Mox Tantalite coming off of Suspend. Opponent cracks Misty Rainforest. Gets a Mystic Sanctuary. And blows up all 0-drops. Sure. It's fine. Cycle Street Wraith. Oops, hang on, we don't want to do that. We need to wait until next turn when we can cast Aether Vial. Pray it doesn't get countered or blown up. It will be pretty sweet, though, if it actually, like, starts ticking up. It won't. But a man can dream, right? Opponent yeets that back into our hand. I don't know how, but we somehow discovered, I think, our worst possible matchup in these 2-mans. Alright, let's go to another 2-man. The problem with this deck is it's nowhere near as fast as its legacy counterpart. Let's see, do we want to powder? We lose 2 Unearths, a Mox, and 2 Street Wraiths if we do. But I think it's fine, let's powder. Well, this hand gets out an Aether Vial. It has a Lotus Bloom. I think this is fine. We'll keep. Reveal Chancellors. No Thoughtseize, please. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have, like, a Simian Spirit Guide, because actually getting out a Serum Powder here would not be bad. We'll play an Aether Vial. We'll play a Wild Cantor. And we will suspend Lotus Bloom and pass the turn. Opponent cracks Windswept Heath. Finds a Stomping Ground tapped. Sure. They play a Verdant Catacombs. Find a Temple Garden. Burning Tree. Okay. You got a Burning Tree. Gallia. We will block, sack for red, and haggle. We will discard, and we're going to discard a Serum Powder. We get a Wild Cantor. Okay. Aether Vial, ticking up. Lotus Bloom, ticking down. We draw on Earth. Okay. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills. Gets in for 4. We go to 16. I have a Wild Nicotl. Okay. Play our Wild Cantor. Lotus Bloom ticking down, Aether Vial ticking up. We get another Aether Vial. Unfortunately, that's not very useful here. This is creature from your hand, I believe, not creature you could cast. Yep. That's extremely wishful thinking. Okay, well, we get a pass turn. They get a Dryad Arbor. Opponent has a Savage Swipe. I don't think this does anything. I don't think that prevents the pump. Nope. Good to know. Opponent hits us for a lot. Hits us for lethal. Oh, never mind. My math was wrong. Okay, Lotus Bloom coming off of Suspend. Aether Vial ticking up. We have to draw exactly Undercity Informant. And if we do, we win. Oh, yes. Oh, it worked. Oh. Oh my god, it worked. Thassa's Oracle, win the game. Eat your heart out. Gruul Naya aggro. Masterful swag. Okay. Sickening Shoals in. Chancellors. All the Chancellors. So many Chancellors. Oh, we did what we came here to accomplish. We succeeded. We're gonna dump Memories Journey. We don't need it. Oh gosh, what else do we cut? Maybe we can't run all of the Chancellors, unfortunately. We should probably not do that. Porter came over to like check if I was okay. He's just like, you sound strange. Cut a couple merchants. We're cutting 3 in fact. And we'll cut a Claim to Fame, but oh my gosh, that was epic. Whew. Alright. Game 2. Oh, if we get leylined, there is no backup strategy. It's try and Aether Vial up to 7 and start playing Chancellors. Okay, we have a Chancellor of the Dross. We have a Chancellor of the Tangle. We have a Manamorphose, but we're lacking a mana source, and we're holding Thassa's Oracle, so we have to mulligan. Okay, we have Chancellor, Aether Vial, Mox, and Lotus Bloom. We're also holding Thassa's Oracle, but we mulligan so we can put that on the bottom of our deck. I think we can keep this hand. Put back Thassa's Oracle. Reveal Chancellor. Opponent starts Verdant Catacombs. They crack for a Stomping Ground. And they play a Narnam Renegade. We draw Simeon Spirit Guide. Activate our Chancellor effect. We'll play Aether Vial. Suspend Mox. Suspend Lotus Bloom. Pass the turn. Okay. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills for a Sacred Foundry, Burning Tree, Gallia. They attack for 4. We take it, go to 16. Wouldn't mind drawing a black card that we don't need. Always yield, always yield. Yes, use its ability. Perfect, actually. Now we have a Sickening Shoal as a free kill spell here. Oh. Opponent has a Tormod's Crypt. That's a problem. Wooded Foothills cracks it. finds a Dryad Arbor and plays Reckless Bushwhacker. Kill Gallia. Opponent goes bushwhacking. Deals like all of our health and damage. Sure. Tick up Aether Vial. We get a Merchant. We have no 2-drops in the deck, and unfortunately, no way to survive. So we're going to game 3. Maybe we need like a Shatter Spree or something to deal with artifacts like that, because we really don't have anything. How do we want to do this? I don't think we can set ourselves up in a better way than this. I guess we could, if they Tormod's Crypt us after putting everything in the grave, have a Memories Journey ready to go, maybe. That's really specific and implies that they don't have multiple, but, you know, I think we're not in a good place regardless of what we do here. I'm going to go 61 cards, just because I'm really bad at this game. Alright, we'll play first. We have Chancellor, Filter into red, 3 mana. We can play a Serum Powder. Okay, we're going to mulligan. We can't dump this many of our free manas, so we're just going to mulligan. So we have only Lotus Bloom, which is going to be pretty slow. We can put back a single Unearth, or we can Powder. I think we're going to Powder. Put a card on the bottom of your library. We're going to put back... Unearth is the effect we have the most redundant copies of. So it's probably Lotus Bloom or Manamorphose. I think it has to be Lotus Bloom. Yeah, we'll put back Lotus Bloom. Okay. I think this will work. We will keep. Reveal Chancellor. Start at 23, they start at 17. Suspend Lotus Bloom, suspend Mox. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent has turn 1 nothing. Suspend another Lotus Bloom. Opponent cracks a Windswept Heath. Hidden Herbalists. Burning Tree. Reckless Bushwhacker. That's a lot of damage. I don't think we're going to make it in time. We get a Sickening Shoal. That's something. It gives us a way to pitch Chancellor of the Dross. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills. Tormod's Crypt. Cracks Wooded Foothills, finds a Dryad Arbor. Narnum Renegade. Beginning of combat, we're going to go ahead and kill, I guess, Burning Tree. They go attacking. Sure. Mox coming off suspend. We cast it. Lotus Bloom coming off suspend. We cast it. We draw a Desperate Ritual. Okay, big brain time. We have 5 mana. I don't think we have enough colors of mana, though. We can play Aether Vial, which will give us the ability to put in a Wild Cantor next turn. If we draw it, we can play Undercity Informer at the cost of all of our mana. It's really sad because we have the combo, we're just folding to one piece of interaction. I think the play is to play Aether Vial and wait a turn, and hope we don't die, because they're currently representing 9 damage, which means we're dead to, like, Bolt, any haste creature. We're dead to any non-land card they have, basically. So let's see, we could play Undercity Informer, tapping for, like, black. We'd have to tap for all black. No, we don't have enough colors. Do we? So we tap Lotus Bloom for black, we tap Mox Tantalite for red, we Desperate Ritual, and that would give us 2 black. We could Undercity Informer, sack it, and then unearth, but we can't do anything else. So our only hope is to play Aether Vial, pass, and pray we don't die. Opponent attacks for 9, we go to 2. And they had a Wooded Foothill. Okay, here we go. Lotus Bloom coming off Suspend. This makes things interesting. Aether Vial, I'm going to tick it up. Draw Merchant. Does that do it? We might have it here. So we have to Undercity Informer. We have to sack it. That's 4 mana. Then we have to Memory's Journey. We might have to unearth first. That's 5. Then we would have to Memory's Journey, which would be 6. Merchant of the Veil, which would be 7. And then cast Thassa's Oracle, which would be 8, 9. I don't think we can do it. It depends on when our opponent cracks Tormod's Crypt. If they do. So we crack for black. Then red. Then Desperate Ritual. Undercity Informer. Yeah, we don't have enough mana. Or wait, do we? Because we could cycle Unearth after Memory's Journey. If we just crack for green, we go to 4 after activating this. We could Memory's Journey, we'd go to 3. We could cycle Unearth, but we can't get the creature down. I think... Crack for green. Target ourself. Unearth Thassa's Oracle. Oh, hang on. We can put back Thassa's Oracle? Oh shoot, we don't have enough cards. We needed one more card in hand for this to work. We could put back Thassa's Oracle and Manamorphose, and then have a 50-50 of drawing Manamorphose, but we can't actually draw a card because we don't have something to pitch to Merchant. So we can Memory's Journey, something like, yeah. We'd say Thassa's Oracle, Manamorphose. We were 1 card and 1 mana short. If we were holding it, this was a Manamorphose, we'd actually win the game. Alright, you got us fair and square, opponent. It was really close, though. It was really close, and I think with some more clever tech in the sideboard, definitely we want some way... Like, we want to be able to be casting, like, Silence or Shatter Spree kind of a thing, maybe. So it's possible we want, like, a Nature's Claim or something. We just very carefully... Actually, hang on. There's a card I haven't been considering until now. And it's possible that we'd want it. Oh, it only destroys enchantments, okay. It was some tech we used to play back in the Ad Nauseam days, but it's another free spell that doesn't get cast all that often. Alright. Well, I'll keep banging on this deck list. Hopefully something else good comes of it. I hope you enjoy this video because this was really fun to play this deck. And we're like right on the verge of something playable. I was hoping to get this in before Once Upon a Time was banned, but unfortunately it was, or fortunately, depending on your stance on that. We're so close. If Mox Opal was still a thing, I think we could get there, but unfortunately that was banned as well, or fortunately, depending on your stance on that. We're so close, though. And I really want this to work out. The other version that I played a long time ago with Arclight Phoenixes and Creeping Chills might be the better way to go if you're trying to build a deck like this. But that deck actually runs a couple of lands. This one doesn't run any lands at all. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this brewed by me and my own brain, at least this time around, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitch at the same username that you can find me on YouTube with. I hope you all enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!